I have now played HOURS ARA History Untold for around 200 hours, and it is time for a little bit of a recap. No, this is not a review. If you want to watch my review I made when the game came out, it's still valid, and all the points I'm raising are still there in positive as of negativity, and you can find that down below in the video description. But what I want to do in this video is I want to give a quick recap on how I feel right now and where the areas they really have to improve on. And yes, I know patch 1.1 came out. I mean, I just made a video about it a few days ago, and I'm really hoping that patch 1.1 is actually fixing a lot of the problems, right? Like, we have deep gameplay issues, balance issues, bugs, and, well, some other issues we will talk about here in a minute. But I really hope the patch is fixing a lot. But then again, it still takes till probably the end of November before we get the patch, and we are still missing the details. So I'm definitely hoping that that patch will help this game out quite a bit. I'm not saying turning it around, because here's the thing: the game is not broken. The game is not unplayable. It has issues, like unfortunately every game has nowadays, but it's not one of those games you are just booting up and you think, holy moly, what is this? This game is 2 years out before the release. No, we are not at that point in our history untold. We are at the point where they released the game 6 months too early, around that time. And you might think, well, why did they do that? Well, because if you're looking at the calendar, February is coming, and with that, Civilization 7. I'm pretty sure when they decided to release this game in September, they didn't know about the release date of Civilization 7, right? But they probably knew that Civ 7 was coming, they just didn't know when, and they decided, okay, you know what? We have to release it now, or we do not even have a fighting chance. Because that's the reality. Like, Civilization is such a huge game. Like, the IP is massive. I mean, the IP is older than some people who are watching this video right now. Like, Civilization has been around a lot, and Civilization 6, yes, even though I know some people didn't like it, has been the best-selling Civilization game of all time. They even, like, brought it to Switch. They even brought it to iPad. You can play Civ 7 on iPad. Like, that's how massive this game became and how successful it was. So when Civ 7 is around the corner, yeah, like, there might be problems with it. Some people will not like it, yada, 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 the whole shebang. But in the end, it will take headlines and it will bury all the other 4X games for a while around them. That's just how it goes. And this is why I understand that Ara really had to release. But unfortunately, that also means we are now stuck with bugs like the Weaver tool, like the item you can put in to improve the Weaver. I always forget what it is called, which improves the production by 200% in theory, because right now it's bugged and it does absolutely nothing. The city grow is another thing. Like, they should have put in a limiter at some point, like how much you can actually grow your city, instead of leaving you to the illusion that you can grow your city indefinitely, just so you realize every time you grow your city, your quality of life is being axed by 25%. Note, the 25% I just made up, but around that number, it will always get axed whenever you grow the city. And when you reach a city level of around 30, everything beyond that is just not manageable. Yes, I did manage to reach 40 at some point, but that city was just a husk after I was done. Like, it would produce nothing, it wouldn't research anything. Even if I was laser focused on one specific thing, I couldn't keep up with it anymore. So I'm like, why do you have this hard cap in the game just so you can pretend there is no hard cap in the game? I don't understand. Just put a hard cap in. Say, sorry folks, at 30, that's it. That's the maximum you can grow. Um Beyond that, I'm not even a fan of, why do you have to axe productivity and all that in a city whenever it grows? Shouldn't it like grow also? Same with money. You're now making more taxes, so you now make less money. Wait, what? Yeah, because your city grow. But more people are living in my city. I make more taxes, which for me means I should make more money in the end? Yeah, no, but our calculation uh, tells us no, you didn't. You lost 100 gold right now with more people living in your city. It's like, huh? Like again, there's a lot of like weirdness going on in the background. I think one of the biggest problems are the quality of life things in your city. They clearly try to use quality of life to control the buffs and debuffs you will get and also have some caps in it, but it's just not balanced. Like it's just not really balanced and gets out of hand very quickly. The same goes with buildings which are actually producing directly resources for you. And there are some buildings which are absolutely ass at doing it. And then there are some other buildings which are completely fine and they are just really good. I would even go so far to say, by the way, that the farms are the best building in the game when it comes to permanent upgrades. You can upgrade the farms 3 times, and yes, having a gap between the irrigated farms and the industrial farms is super weird, but at least they're giving you a lot of items you can put in, right? You're starting with tools, then you have the fertilizer, then you have energy, and then you have the tractor, right? And so you have this constant improving of the farms, and then you have buildings which you're putting in tools, gears, and then you never touch the building ever again. It's like, huh? Why am I not putting like my improvements into that building? Like I already have some improvements, which would definitely be better than the stuff I just put in. Why am I replacing it? Why does the game not allow that? Right? There are just some weird decisions sometimes when it comes to that. Speaking about weird decisions, I think the worst is the AI, right? Like the AI is not brain dead. It's not Civilization 6 bad, but the AI does do some really dumb things. Like I just had a game, which you see here in the background, where they had their capital city, right? And they surrounded their capital city by 2 other cities. So the capital city was at level 8 and had only 2 areas left, 2 regions left they could have taken, and everything else was surrounded by the other 2 cities. So the capital would have capped out at level 10. I'm like, why, what? What is that? Why would you do that? That's like game breaking stupid. Or I have like another the French player in my game who built a city on a peninsula where you really just have water around you, and then they build a second city 2 fields away on the same peninsula with still all the water around it. And I'm like, why? This is just stupid. Like it's so weird, and they really have to make some changes. They also have to tune down the cheats they are using. It's so obvious that it hurts. I'm playing on the second to highest difficulty, and I can keep up now with that, but it is so obvious when you are looking at the cities, when you are looking where they build their cities, that they didn't achieve this to good planning, but just because whenever they are getting some prestige, they're getting 6 times of the prestige than I do, right? As it just like makes you feel bad, right? So there is a lot to be fixed, and I really hope they will do that with patch 1.1. I'm still enjoying the game. I will still continue to play the game. I will still create guides for the game, right? Whenever I find something interesting. But also, I want to make this clear because I know that I got a lot of people joining this channel for our History Untold, and I really, really do appreciate that. Welcome, folks. Hope you enjoy it here. but I'm a strategy games channel. Please don't forget that, which means, yes, there will be other games coming up, and there will be other guides for other games, right? And I know there are some people who only want to watch one channel for one specific game. That's not what I'm doing here. Never have. So just that, like, I don't want to give the feeling I'm deceiving people or anything, right? But yeah, again, more Aura videos are coming. The next big game is actually Planet Coaster 2 coming up soon. Really looking forward to that one. Loved the first one. So yeah, with that said, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, and don't forget to like the video if you haven't yet. And also, if you're new to the channel, you want to see more Aura videos or strategy games, please consider to subscribe. And with that said, stay safe. Bye bye.